Hi all, so today we're going to be back with Colin in Yasathon province. He has a Wagyu beef farm. I think it's one of the biggest in Thailand, if not the biggest in Thailand. Some of you would have already seen part 1 of this vlog. If you haven't, I'll link it below and you can check it out. I've been doing YouTube for quite a long time now, over 4 years. I produced hundreds of videos, and it always boggles the mind of which videos get a lot of kind of exposure and views and which ones don't. For example, I've had videos that I've just gone to a market or gone to like a 7-Eleven and they've got like 500,000 views, and really it's just kind of like drivel. I'm not ashamed to say that about my videos. I'm not Quentin Tarantino. I'm just a dude in a hat that lives here in rural Thailand. And so some of the stuff I put out is just normal day-to-day stuff, and the kind of views that it gets is just insane. But meanwhile, videos like my last one with Colin, who is probably one of the most knowledgeable expats in his field, just don't get the same form of attention, and I really think they should. It's not because it's my video, I don't really care, but it's people like Colin, in my opinion, should be the ones with YouTube channels in Thailand. Like, there's so much crap out there, guys. Like, by the nature of what we do, sometimes can be quite self-absorbed. Sometimes you're filming kind of mundane, boring things. I'm not saying it's bad content. Some people actually want that. I ran a poll recently on my channel and asked people what they want to see, and the thing that comes back the most is day-to-day life. But in my opinion, it is people like Colin doing very unique projects, working for the good of helping Thailand, not for his own financial motivation, and making change in the country, that somebody's an expert in his field. It's people like that that really should have more exposure on the platform. But in the end, it is both the market and the YouTube algorithm that decides what's worth watching and what's not worth watching. Today we're going to be back with Colin. He's going to tell us a little bit more about his cows, and we have a morning walk around as well, so you can see what his routine is like in the morning. Again, I think he's a man with a mission. He's a very interesting guy, and it's been a pleasure to create this content with him and share his story with my audience and a wider audience on YouTube. So as with a number of these videos that I do, I actually don't know much about beef production, so I'm always learning something on these trips, and I'm learning something new here.
You want a massage? Wagyu cows love massages.
Oh yeah, they like a good massage?
Oh, they love them. Now, Australia identifies, there's four different types of Wagyu in the world, and the two predominant ones in the Western world, because they were exported out of Japan 30-40 years ago, are Tajima Black and Akushi Red. Okay. Akushi Red and Black went to America in the 1990s, and from America they were AI'd and embryo transferred to Australia. Okay. Australia now has the biggest Wagyu herd outside of Japan. It's illegal to export Wagyu cows live out of Japan, but there were small loopholes back in the 1990s, and the smart farmers in the United States went, hey, they got 4 breeding bulls and I think about a dozen full-blood Wagyu females, and of course one female embryo transfer, well, you can get potentially 80 eggs out of her a year. Yeah. So that's 80 full-blood cattle, and you can put that embryo in a normal cow. But there's also a genetic defect that was imported into Japan in the 1800s from Europe, and it was their white limousine cattle that were crossed with Wagyu, and sometimes comes out as white. White Wagyu, right? Yes, yeah, 1 in 1,000 are white. Now in Australia, the white Wagyu are recognised now. There's full-blood white Wagyu in Australia. She's only 50%. Okay. But her daughter is white. She's had 3 calves, 2 black ones and 1 white one. And her daughter is 75% Wagyu and white. Mm-hmm. If I mated with her and she had a white one, it would be a purebred, not a full-blood, a purebred. Purebred. 94% is purebred. Yeah. White calf, which is a white Wagyu. Okay. So in Australia, number 5 breed is white.
If your family had a farm with sheep and things like that, why did you choose cows? Why did you choose to do Wagyu?
It's too hot here for sheep.
So it was limited choice.
Yeah.
You didn't want to do buffalo.
The
nothing in
don't
it.
Eat mutton.
Okay. So it was a choice of what you can farm, what you can sell.
Exactly, yeah. If this is a sheep area and it was cooler, I'd do sheep.
Oh, you would, yeah?
Yeah. The sheep in Thailand are down the south,
Okay.
near the Malaysian border.
And you were just saying where I was sat, you plan to rest in peace here, is that right?
Exactly right. That's my burial plot.
Why did you choose this place?
It's just the nicest place on the farm, I think. It's where the cows lie during the day when it's really hot because it's so shady, and I figured, well, I don't want to get burnt.
So the instructions to your wife?
Yeah, and a couple of my Falung mates have been shown as well.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
Just to make sure. I'm an executor of
So you don't end up on another farm?
I don't end up getting at the local crematorium. I don't like the idea of being burnt, that's just me.
Oh really?
Most of my Falung mates do the Thai way, the Buddhist way.
Yeah.
But I'm...
You want to be buried?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I want the cows to lie on top of me.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It seems like you got a bit of a love relationship with the cows.
Yes.
How do you square it with like the production of beef? Because
very difficult.
this is a problem, I think. Like for us too, we have turkeys, and I will kill the turkeys and we eat the turkeys. Yeah. But I always feel quite bad afterwards.
Yeah, it's difficult. The female cows, because you're traditionally not going to slaughter them, normally not a problem. I try not to get too attached to the male steers. Okay, and I must admit I have 4 or 5 male pets that I won't kill because I don't need the money.
Yeah. So
they'll stay outside and lead a long, happy life. Basically.
And do you keep adding to them? Are you in danger of becoming a sanctuary, or?
No, we kill 25 a year, so I've got more than enough stock for the farm can produce. But gee, if I had 5 farms this size, I still wouldn't have enough beef to supply the market.
Yeah.
When the tourist season starts and the restaurants really kick back into, they get a small sample. What happens is I'll send them a kilo or 2 of ribeye or T-bone or tenderloin, and they go, holy hell, how good's this? Can we have some more? But they don't tell me they're a restaurant. And they start ordering 50 kilos. Well, to give you some idea, there's a big 700 kilo steer produces 17 kilos of ribeye steak. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the prime cuts in a cow are only 20% of the total carcass. So my biggest problem is getting rid of the secondary cuts, your shanks, your brisket, which make up the other 70% of the cow, pretty much. The restaurants only know 4 cuts of beef. And 95% of customers in the world know nothing about beef at all. I spend a lot of time educating my customers about what's the best cut of beef for eating. Now, the best cut of beef for eating, in my opinion, is slow-cooked beef shanks. It's also the cheapest, and it's what I live on.
Oh, yeah.
I don't ever add a ribeye because I don't have any teeth.
Yeah.
All right. So, the best beef flavour all round is a slow-cooked 8-hour beef stew. Okay. It also happens to be the cheapest cut of beef.
And one silver lining though is they have a very good quality of life here while they're on the farm, right?
Yeah.
You've got big wide open pastures here. Yeah. It's very, very comfortable. They're not in like a cattle shed, all kind of hunked together.
Some are in the shed. We have to lock the feeding cattle. We have to lock in the shed, but predominantly the feeding cattle get a free run. We've got sheds open for them, so when it rains, if they don't want to stand out in the rain, they can go inside the shed.
Right.
Okay, and they do that. At night time, when it's hot, they don't sleep inside the shed, they sleep out here underneath this tree because it's cool. They get a nice cool breeze. So I let them, look, I have to lock some of the pastures up sometimes because they overgraze them. Okay, so they don't like that. And the one they're grazing it at the moment, I lock them out of it and they jump the fences to get back in.
Right.
Some of my Wagyu cows can jump 6 feet in the air over a 6-foot fence because the grass on the other side is greener. Literally.
Have you you eat beef every day then, or not?
Almost.
And you mentioned your blood pressure is quite good earlier. 120, yeah.
Yeah, 120 over 60 or something.
So you don't think the red meat's any problem there then?
No, Wagyu is a healthy fat.
Yeah.
Okay, and held, well, I don't know about the beef side of it, but Wagyu fat in particular, 70% mono unsaturated. It's the only animal fat that has more than 50% mono unsaturated fat. It's a healthy fat.
Okay.
Okay, and we actually do a lot. I sell a lot of rendered fat. We call it, it's beef tallow, but we call it Wagyu butter, and you can spread it on bread. It's absolutely beautiful. You're cooking it, bacon, eggs, everything. I sell it to restaurants. They cook in it.
What about Nock? Is she quite involved in this operation, or not so much?
She does all the paperwork, organises the staff, basically my translator.
All right.
Yeah.
But as it comes to like physical farming and labour, it's more you doing that, right?
Yeah, she used to. She's come down the farm all the time, but she's just getting over cervical cancer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's not allowed to do
she's
it.
recovering now, and
Yeah, she's in remission.
oh, that's good.
She got what her mother died from.
Oh, really? So it was in the family, right?
Yeah, runs in the
okay.
family. A lot of cancer runs genetic, but with stage 3 cervical cancer, which is, to a normal Thai person, is a death sentence.
Yeah, if they catch it early on, it's quite curable, right?
Yeah, it's stage 1, stage 2, but this is stage 3. And you know, I saw the photos and the biopsy reports and everything, and I actually had doctors in Australia advising, and they said, hey, you've got the top
that's the one.
Cancer dude in Thailand. He's doing exactly the right thing. And we used the bead therapy, which was which I personally think was the most effective, which was the placement of a radioactive bead inside the tumour. And that was done, believe it or not, at Royat Public Hospital.
Wow. Yep.
And
so the private hospital referred to Royat Public?
Yes.
Okay.
And because they had the technology to do it, they had the whatever they needed. I'm not a medical person, but to me, all the new science now is about this radioactive bead therapy. My dad is 92 years old, lives in Australia, got liver cancer. They put a uranium bead inside the tumour in his liver, gone.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't know about that. So he's still alive, your dad, then? Has he been over to the farm, or?
Yeah, no, he hasn't been over to the farm. He's too old to fly now. He's an ex-pilot.
Okay.
He doesn't like flying when other people aren't flying his plane. So he flew for, I know some of the viewers might know this, he flew for Lang Hancock for 30 years in Australia, his private jet. And Lang Hancock and my dad were best friends.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So
do you go back much to Australia to visit family?
Back for 6 years.
6 years, yeah. So that's the tough part.
How can I go back?
Yeah, you can't, can you? You've been working for 6 years straight, right?
Yeah. One day off.
And not a day off in 6 years since COVID.
I was doing fly in, fly out. I had quite a wealthy business in Australia with a partner. We were doing commercial upgrades of woodside housing and BHP housing in Port Hedland and Karratha in northwest, basically mine housing, just a normal house. New kitchens, bathrooms, repaints, fix anything that's broken, 50, 60, up to $100,000 a job. I had 100 staff, subcontractors and staff.
Yep.
Mostly subcontractors that would come in and do the work. I did a bit of work myself. I do the kitchens and stuff because I enjoy doing them. I was doing fly in, fly out. So I was doing, my partner was looking after the business while I was away over here, seeing Nock for 4 weeks, and then I'd go back and he'd have a break. So we shared the business. COVID hit, I had to make a decision. Do I go back to Australia knowing I can't get back to Thailand? And at that stage, you know how it was, no one knew anything.
Yeah.
And then it came out that, you could come back if you had the right permits. So I had all the work permits and everything, but still the process of getting all that paperwork together to get back here was going to take 6 weeks. Oh my God. You had to stay in quarantine each end for a week or 2 weeks or whatever it was. What's the point?
2 weeks, yeah.
So I had planned to retire at the end of 2020. I just did it earlier.
You're right.
we had projects on the go. I still had my laptop computer and everything.
Yeah.
I ended up selling my share of the business to my partner.
Right.
For about half what it was worth.
Yep.
So he took over all the business basically, and he is a multi-millionaire.
And you never retired?
No.
Morning all. So I actually stayed here last night at Colin Knox Wagyu farm. 6 AM actually here at the moment, and so I'm sure Colin is going to be up. I've not been down yet, but very comfortable place. And I gotta say, Colin really hasn't had a day off in 6 years. He is just at this every single day. I did ask him last night, does he ever think about just giving it all up and just going sitting on a beach? Because for sure, with his work history and his property portfolio and everything he has back in Australia and here, he could just relax and doesn't have to take care of these cows. But what became apparent to me is that there's a bit of a bigger mission going on for him here. He wants to address Thailand farming, and he has a mission that he's working with the government and the minister for, I think it's the Minister for Agriculture, it's one of the ministers in the government anyway. And so he has that vision, and he seems pretty determined to fulfill that goal. And so it's not about money for Colin, it's not about building an empire or himself. It seems to be a wider goal, and I find that quite commendable. However, at his age, probably should be taking it easy, and eventually he'll have to, because that's what age does to us, right? It slows us down. I'm going to be setting off early today. We're going to go and just take a quick look at his prize cows that are the full grown. I'll show you for the end of this vlog. And sorry, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, so I just woke up. Very fresh here and comfortable. I'm going to be buying some steaks from him. We had a fantastic steak last night, a really fantastic steak, and so I could definitely not leave without purchasing a good amount to put in my freezer back home on the farm. Maybe Colin has reignited a love for beef. Me and my family, I've mentioned on this vlog, we don't eat beef a lot, but there's no way I can't not take a couple of these steaks home for Damo. She loves steaks, she loves beef from time to time, so I'm going to be taking some back. I'm going to be buying some from him, and I'll probably get a decent size amount actually. It's some of the best beef. It probably is the best steak I've had, surprise, surprise. You know, and I've worked in the 5-star hotel, so we had a lot of good steak there, you know. And as I suspected, Colin is already out, so the mission is to go and find him. I'm going to pack up the truck with my stuff. I have to say that I do love the driving, guys. I just love being on the road. I've got a 4-hour drive now, and I wish it was longer. I just love it. Love to drive this truck, and you know, just grab a coffee and I listen to some like audio book, or I listen to some old music that I love, and you just, some of you will understand what I'm talking about. You're on the open road, you're just free and easy, listening to some great music in your own space, in your own head, and it's just a pleasure. It really is a pleasure to drive a truck like this around Thailand. It was absolutely no regrets on it. There was a few people that said, "Oh, you shouldn't have bought new, or you shouldn't have got this truck or that truck. You should have got something else." But I have absolutely no regrets at all. It's a blessing. But first, let's go and find Colin in his fields. I'm sure he's busy and about somewhere. He'll be doing some kind of morning feed. I think what he does is he harvests the grass. Like, he cuts all the grass. I mean, also, I should mention as well, there's so much to Colin's story that I don't think I've been able to capture here in this vlog. I mean, I'll put a little bit in here because he very much understated what his work was in the past. I think on this vlog he said he was in building, but he was actually building hundreds of houses in Australia, and and building his own property portfolio. And then he also had a yacht, and he sailed a yacht around the world. He told me all this stuff last night. We spent a bit of time while I chain smoked some cigarettes here, and he told me all the story. But he's had a yacht, and he's driven yachts, you know, professionally, and taken care of people's yachts. And he just had a very kind of interesting life, and a very he built care homes as well. So as far as his career went, it was quite illustrious. And I'm sure he won't mind me telling you, but he really doesn't need to be doing this. If he didn't want to, he doesn't need to be doing. I mean, he could just be sat on the beach for the rest of his life. You know, he could be in a pool villa, but this is what he chooses to do. So each to their own. So I can hear his tractor on the go. Funny story, last night I went to bed around 10 PM. I said night to Colin, and I said I'll be up at 8 o'clock tomorrow. And they laughed at me like it was some kind of crazy time of day, you know, to be up at 8. To be up at 8 for me is quite early, yeah. But for him, he was like, that's crazy. That's too late. You know, I think he's up and going like, well, I think he's up at 5. For me personally, the cow business, it seems like a very stressful business. They're always getting out. They constantly require feeding and taking care of. There's obviously babies being born. There's the whole end of life process. It's a lot of like headache. And so for me, personally, it wouldn't be my choice of like pastime or career in Thailand, but it just goes to show, you know, people find different satisfaction in different things in life. I think we've managed to keep all the swearing off this vlog, but on a general day-to-day basis, he calls these cows two brain cell dumbasses. Bless him. But yet he loves them. He has this love relationship with them. When we discussed yesterday about the slaughter of them, and actually, by the way, in 1 year he only slaughters, I think, 45 of them, something like that. When we discussed that yesterday, he almost got a little bit sentimental about it. The way he said he justifies it to himself is that the slaughter of one allows the feeding and the taking care of the others. And so that's how he kind of squares that in his head. It is a part of, and he's an animal lover, as you see with the birds. He went round and we fed all the dogs yesterday. He has lots of like stray dogs that he feeds. And so there's this element of like loving the animals and yet being part of the production of the meat, which is somewhat of an oxymoron or some kind of... You have to tell me that one again, Colin. So the cows have 2 brain cells.
Yeah, 2 brain cells, right? One to eat and one to shit. So if you leave a gate open like I did last night...
Oh, you did?
Yeah. They wander out in the paddock, and I've got concentrate over here for them. They get concentrate in the mornings, okay, about 2 kgs a day per head of our special mix. Is that in real terms, it's about the same price as my grass.
Yep.
So we blend and mix. The grass paddocks get low and there's no rain.
Yep.
They'll get only half the grass in one day, and they get half concentrate.
What time were you up and about this morning, Colin?
5:30.
5:30, yeah. Straight up and about, straight into it.
Yeah. Well, we start feeding at 6. So what happened, Ryan, was 2 years ago, I made the fatal mistake that I sold 20 bull calves.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's coming back to bite me because my beef business has grown, right? And I don't have the stock. So I'm down 20 bulls or steers. We take crimp their bulls. But yeah, so I've been trying to get the Thai farmers to take calves on for the future because I didn't realise it would boom like it has.
Yeah.
My beef's pretty good.
Do they ever headbutt you, Colin, or no? They never headbutt people.
Get in there, grab their buckets. Here you go, mate. Been hand raised on the farm, see, so and they don't have any balls, so they're not
aggressive.
Not aggressive. I got a couple that, but you become the boss. I mean, make sure you're the boss all the time.
Okay.
If you have any problems, you just take a stick with you and whack them on the nose. But all I want to do is eat, mate. Basically.
This is one of the pets. So this one won't be going to beef.
Oh no, she's a girl.
Yeah.
She's a breeder.
Oh yeah, she's for breeding.
She just follows me everywhere.
Yeah.
This little one over here, this is our sick bay. So if any of the cows get sick and we need vet attention, we'll bring them in here because it's nice and open. It's easy, either here or over there. And we've got a spare pen here. This little girl here's got a hoof problem. So she's got what we call elongated hooves, which require basically surgery. We can't do it while she's awake. We actually have to give her anaesthetic,
right,
and put her into a drowsy sleep. But the vet and I have decided to grow her a bit. She's less than 12 months old. This is her mum.
Yeah.
And then when she gets a bit bigger and stronger, I don't like putting little calves to sleep because sometimes they can die.
Yeah.
Unintentionally. You can give them heart massage for 5 or 10 minutes and they come back, but it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
So we'll just let her. Her hooves are actually looking a little bit better. So she has a defect and she finds it hard to walk because her feet are painful. So we could keep her in here on the soft rice straw. Then we'll actually put her to sleep and use a grinder to grind her hooves down.
Right, okay.
Bit like a horse.
Yeah, yeah.
Same sort of. The horses get the problem. A lot of cows get the problem from walking on soft ground, not concrete. The concrete will wear their hooves down and they stay nice. So she's got to keep an eye on it. But she had trouble walking, so she's been in here for a few months now.
And this is where you keep the biggest ones here.
The biggest ones. These ones here, basically, these are what we call slaughter weight. So these become steak, except for the little guy here. And as we move cows out of here, we bring ones in from the paddock,
right, and
they go through the feed process.
Yep.
And as you can see, there's a big one over here. Around 650, 700 kilos. 3 years.
650, 700 kilos.
Yeah. These are all F2, which is 75% Wagyu, and F3s, which is 86 or 87%. But I've run out of beef, so I'm culling out some of my breeders at the moment. Yep. Which is not the ideal situation, but because
you need them for the next round.
Well, the big problem in Thailand is with the market here, they're worth 4 times as much dead as they are alive, and that's because of this too many middlemen here making all the money, farmers making nothing. Yep. We've got to get back to the old 60-40 rule. That's 60% for the farmer, 40%. And the only way to do it is to cut out the middlemen.
Which is a big part of what you're trying to do, right?
Oh yeah, huge. I'm trying to set up co-ops here. I don't want to make any money. I want the farmers to make the bloody money. I don't need it. They do. Okay, they're all broke. Right, so if I can facilitate Sangsi Farmers brand beef, which it already is, okay, I just don't have enough of it, but I need government support. Okay, I need government funding because the Thais don't have enough capital to do what I do.
And well, I think this is probably a nice place to end the video today. And thanks a lot, Colin, for inviting me over to stay as well. It's been very educational for me. You really know your stuff about the beef. I've learned a lot about Wagyu. I didn't realise there was so much to it, to be honest. And you've taught me a lot. And so I'm looking forward to putting this video together. And if anybody else wants to, if you're in Thailand and you want to purchase some of Colin's beef, you can check out his Facebook, Sangsi Farm. I'll put the link below in the description and the pinned comment. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to putting this video together, Colin. And thanks a lot for all of the information. I'm going to be buying some of your steaks now, actually, to take back with me for Damo. Yeah, is there anything else you'd like to finish off the vlog with, Colin? Anything you'd like to say? Just about your mission, maybe, or? Yeah,
it's just my goal to... Basically, 50,000 tonnes of beef comes in from Australia and New Zealand, a little bit from Argentina, but they import most of their premium beef into Thailand. Absolutely no need to do it. You can do it here. The growing can do... Yeah. And why import it when you can grow it here? Yep. And as good a quality. Yeah, yeah. Okay? But the problem is it takes 3 years. 4 years if you count the pregnancy of the cow. Yeah. Okay, so the Thais can't, they live for tomorrow. Yeah. They don't have the capital to feed a cow, the mum, then the calf, to 3 years of age. That's almost 4 years before they get a return. Yeah. So they need investment, right? And the only way I can see it over the last, I've been pushing this for years now, really starting to push it in the last 6 months now. I've got the ear of the minister, and she is pro-beef. She wants Thailand, quote, I want Thailand to be the beef capital of Southeast Asia, as Brazil and Argentina are of South America. And she's completely right, but we can't export at the moment because the abattoirs, there's only 4 ISO approved abattoirs in Thailand, and unfortunately they're all doing premium beef to compete with Australia. There's an open market here. The Australians can bring beef in, and the ridiculous thing is I can't take beef back to Australia. It's not a very fair market, is it? But I can compete, no problems at all. I can produce the beef here actually cheaper. Okay, but it needs to be done a special way. The only way in premium beef that the Thais can make money is to utilise the land they have, grow their own crops, grass, legumes, corn, if they have access to water, and then get the calves to about 300 kilos, and then bring them to a feedlot like mine or another feedlot the government set up, because we can buy they can't do it on a small scale because they can't buy the feed cheap enough. There's a 40% markup on the feed. We showed you the feed yesterday, and basically in Baht, I produce the same feed they buy in a shop in a bag, 30 kilo bag, which costs them 10 or 11 baht a kilo. I make exactly the same stuff for less than 6 baht. So you can see the middlemen, right? The wholesaler, the next wholesaler, there's all these steps, then the retailer. But retailers are making 25%, at least. They have to. But we buy all our feed direct from the wholesaler. Okay, where the feed companies get their feed from. And we mix it all by hand. You saw the girls doing it yesterday. And that's the only way they can do it. So they've got to utilise the land they have available, turn it into pasture, stop growing sugarcane. Okay, I know it's going to be hard for them to get out of growing sugarcane because it's so much in debt. But those basically where you can grow cassava and sugarcane, you can grow pasture land. They will make more out of grazing pasture land with 10 cows producing bull calves, because we only use male semen now to produce bull calves and not any females. That's the only way that they can make money. Okay, because on small scale.
Well, hopefully we'll check in with you in a couple of years and things would have progressed.
Before then, you're welcome to come anytime.
Thank you, mate. Thanks, Colin.
No problem.
Cheers.